Good day, everyone. This is Teacher Lorna at your service. Okay, let's start a lesson for today regarding division of fraction. Are you ready? Before we start, let's have some songs related to our topic and help you not to forget the steps in dividing fractions. What are you waiting for? Let's start!
To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide 1/2 by 1/6. Keep, change, flip. 1 times 6 is 6 and 2 times 1 is 2. It's an improper fraction, so we're not through. Divide 6 by 2 and the quotient is 3. Keep, change, flip. It's all that you need. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide 2/5 by 1/5. Keep, change, flip. 2 times 5 is 10, and 5 times 1 is 5. It's an improper fraction, so you need to divide. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. When we divide by fractions, this is what we do. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip.
Keep, change, flip.
Keep, change, flip may seem to work magically, but it can be explained mathematically. With the number 10, we can divide by 2, and that will leave 5 in each group. Or we can find that 5 through a different path by multiplying 10 by 2 flipped to 1/2. It's the trick that never fails called keep, change, flip. It's real magic, so use this tip.
We understand with these problems we love, because we know division means has how many groups of.
Let's explore that thought. How many groups of fourths does 1/2 got? 2/4 fit into 1/2 perfectly, and we found the quotient mentally. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip. To divide by a fraction, here's a tip. Keep, change, flip.
Can you tell me the 3 words that we need to remember in dividing fractions? Very good! Keep, change, flip. When would you divide fractions? One example is when you're trying to figure out how many episodes of your favorite half-hour TV program you could watch in the 1.5 hours you have available. See the numerical example below. General division practice. When you are faced with a division problem 18 divided by 6, think, if I have 18 items and I make groups of 6, how many groups will I have? Look at the example below. Let's take a review. Changing mixed number to improper fraction. First, 5 and 1/2. Second, 3 and 3/4. Third, 6 and 2/3. Fourth, 8 and 1/3. And lastly, 5 and 2/5. The next topic in dividing fraction is about conceptual understanding. Like when you divide decimals, when you divide 2 decimal fractions that are between 0 and 1, the quotient is going to be larger than at least one of your fractions. Okay, let's look at how we can solve these problems. Next is dividing a whole number by a fraction. What is 3 divided by 1/4? Just take a look of the figures. Use your prior knowledge and the illustration above to figure it out. Think, If I start with 3, how many groups that look like 1/4 will I have? If you start with 3, you will have 12 groups of 1/4. So 3 divided by 1/4 is equals to 12. You're right. Can you see how you could manipulate the fractions to get an answer of 12? Okay, next one is dividing a whole number by a fraction. What is 5 divided by 1/3? If you start with 5, you will have 15 groups of 1/3. So 5 divided by 1/3 equals to 15. You're right. Can you see now how could you manipulate the fraction to get an answer of 15? Very good. Next one is dividing a fraction by a fraction. What is 1/2 divided by 1/4? How many groups of 1/4 could you fit in the half of the rectangle? Very good. The answer is 2. For the problem 1/2 divided by 1/4, how could you get an answer of 2? Can you see how you can manipulate the fraction to get an answer of 2? Isn't it that 1/2 multiplied by 4 is equal to 2? Remember, the division is the opposite operation of the multiplication. So we can do the following. Multiply. Basically, in order to divide fraction, we will have to multiply. 1/2 divided by 1/4 is equal to 1/2 multiplied by 4. From this point, the problem can be solved in the way that we did for multiplying fractions. See the example below. How to divide fractions. Step 1. Convert whole numbers and mixed numbers to improper fractions. See the example below. Step 2. Keep your first fraction. Step 3. Change the operation to multiplication. See the example below. Step 4. Flip the second fraction. Step 5. Multiply the numerators, then multiply the denominators. Step 6. Simplify, if possible. See the example. 3/4 divided by 2/9 is equal to, what is the answer? Since both are fractions, now you can keep first fraction, change the operation of multiplication, and flip the second fraction. Now, multiply and simplify. See the example below. So, 3/4 divided by 2/9 is equal to 3 3/8. Another example in dividing fraction is converting into improper fraction. Here is the example of keep, change, and flip. Now, multiply and simplify. See the example below. So, 2 1/3 divided by 2/8 is equal to 9 1/3. Let's see the different examples in dividing fractions. First, goes into almost 3/4 times, meaning 16/20 would be 3/4. The next one goes into a little over 2 times, and lastly, goes into almost 1/2 times. Okay, let's review in dividing fraction conceptual understanding. Remember, when you divide two fractions that are between 0 and 1, the quotient is going to be larger than or at least one of your fractions. See the example below. All right, that was awesome. Once again, I'm your teacher Lorna, your mathematics teacher for today. Goodbye. See you next time.
Goodbye, goodbye, bye, 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 goodbye. I can clap my hands, I can stamp my feet, I can clap my hands, I can stamp my feet. Bye, bye, goodbye, bye, 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 goodbye, bye, bye, goodbye, bye, 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 goodbye, goodbye.
Special thanks to the following: Numberrock.com, Super Simple Songs, voiceover and video editing by Mom Charisse Ipika. Thank you for watching!